Hey, what's up? In this video, I'm going to quickly run through one step to balance out the colors in your underwater footage. Now, there's a few other steps involved in creating a clip, but this is probably one of the most important ones, and that's adding warmth and magenta back into your footage. Today, I'm going to be working in DaVinci Resolve, which is the software that I use, and everything I'm going to be doing in this video is available in the free version. You can also make these changes in other softwares, but if you want to follow along and check out Resolve, I highly recommend it. Alright, so let's just jump right into it. Here I'm in Resolve, and I've got two clips that I recently shot in South Africa. So the first is just a nice coral scape with some fish, and the second is a nice slow motion of some dolphins. So start with the first clip, and we're going to go down into the color page. And you'll see that I have a few other changes in my node tree that just make this image look a little bit better, but the one we're going to focus on today is the white balance node. And the first thing I want to point out is the parade, and you can bring up your parade by clicking on this little drop down menu and choosing parade. And then you can see that there's a lot of green and a lot of blue in this image, and that's pretty common for underwater footage, and not a lot of red. So to change that, we're going to go back over to our primary wheels and into the tint, and we're just going to push it towards the magenta a bit. Somewhere around there looks good. You can see reflected in the parade that we brought up a lot more red, and you can see in the image that it's changed quite a bit. So that's before, and that's after. Before and after. Cool, that's looking pretty good right now, but one other trick that I like to do is to go into the RGB Mixer, which is 2 tabs away from the primary wheels, and in the red output, just bump up the green slider a few clicks. Not a lot, it's super subtle, but it does bring out a lot. So you can see before and after, before and after. Again, in the parade, we get a lot more red, and in the image itself, we've brought out the colors in the corals, as well as made the fish look a little bit more natural. Just brought a little bit more red into them. Cool. So I think that's looking good. There's obviously a lot more that you could do to this image, but for the purpose of this video, I think we've done the job here. All right, we'll go into the next clip, just some dolphins, and I'm gonna find a frame that kind of represents the whole image, the whole clip. So here we've got some sun rays, we've got the color of the water, as well as the dolphin itself. So again, you can go down to the parades and see there's a lot of green, there's a lot of blue. It's a little bit more red than the last image, but still something to bring up. So just like the first one, we're going to start in the primary color wheels, and we're going to push the tint towards the magenta a bit. You can see in the image and in the parade that everything's starting to even out a bit. There's already a bit more red than in the last clip, so we're not going to go as far. Something like that. Before and after, and I think it's already looking pretty good. I could be happy with that, but we're going to go into the RGB Mixer again and see what that will do to this clip. So again, RGB Mixer, red output, bump up the green slider just a little bit. And you can see in this image that's mostly affecting the highlights, so just warming it up a little bit. And I think that made the dolphin just look a little too red for me, so I'm just going to bump it down one notch. Super subtle, but I think it works. Yeah, so just in one node, we've gone from that to that, something that looks a little bit more natural. Cool, so that's all I have for this video. If you want to see any other steps to color grading your underwater footage, drop them in the comments below. I can make another video, or if you have any other questions, you can email us at ikelite@ikelite.com.